This year is shaping up to be the year for American automakers, with designs and innovations that are nothing short of revolutionary. Muscle cars reimagined for the future, SUVs blending new technologies, and luxury like never before. Vehicles so powerful that they'll redefine speed and performance as we know it. New releases are ready to dominate roads, racetracks, off-road terrain, and much more. Make sure to stay with us because American automakers have just revealed 10 new models for this year and wowed everybody. Number 10. Dodge Charger. After a short break, the iconic muscle car is coming back, completely redesigned with so many novelties. One of them, of course, is the new styling, which looks quite futuristic but keeps a solid portion of retro elements, which seems to be a perfect blend these days. The same thing is on the inside, where the new Charger combines classic design elements with massive screens and other tech features. But the most interesting part of the new Charger is its powertrain. The new model will ride on a modular platform that supports both internal combustion and an all-electric setup. As for the former, this will be the first time to see a Charger without 8 cylinders. But that doesn't mean that it'll lack power, considering that new inline-6 puts out 420 and 550 horsepower. But still, the top of the offer will be reserved for the all-electric version, the Charger Daytona with 670 horsepower. Number 9. Cadillac Vitique. Cadillac has already released a couple of amazing electric vehicles. After the full-size Escalade IQ and the stylish but not particularly practical Lyriq, it's time for an SUV that blends luxury, EV performance, and practicality in the best possible way. The Vitique is what the XT6 is in the internal combustion world, which means a mid-size SUV with 3 rows of seats and the ability to transport 7 people in a very comfortable and luxurious way. The only difference is that the Vitique will be significantly more capable than the XT6, with a couple of electric motors that provide an amazing 615 horsepower, enough to hit 60 in about 3.5 seconds. The new model is coming this spring, with base models priced at $78,790. Number 8. Tesla Roadster. The comeback of the car that put Tesla on the map has been in talks for a while, and the latest reports suggest that this could be a year of a big return. The new model is about to set new standards in the world of electric sports cars, and even though the official details are yet to be publicly announced, Musk and the crew already shared a couple of intriguing details. For example, while there's no word about the exact output, Tesla's CEO announced that the new Roadster will be able to hit 60 in just 1.7 seconds, while the top speed will go all the way up to 250 miles per hour. The new Roadster will also get a couple of rear seats, though not particularly spacious, while there's also been a word about a max range of over 600 miles. How's that possible? We don't know. But we know that this Tesla won't be cheap, considering the estimated starting price of around $200,000. Number 7. Ford Mustang Raptor. After the Blue Oval Company introduced the F-150 Raptor, it didn't take much time before the Raptor became a brand itself. In the meantime, both the Ranger and Bronco got Raptorized, but now, it's time for something completely different. While all these models are body-on-frame off-roaders, where further off-road upgrades make perfect sense, now it's time for the iconic pony to get the same treatment. For now, we can rely on render photos which show chunky tires, upgraded suspension, massive underbody protection, and similar things. The Mustang Raptor will also come with a monstrous 5.2-liter supercharged V8 with 700 horsepower and standard all-wheel drive, which is pretty much all it needs to become an ultimate desert runner. Of course, it won't be cheap, as the latest report suggests that it could start at around $90,000. Number 6. Buick Electra E5. After a couple of postponements, Buick's first EV is finally about to hit the US market. The Electra E5 already debuted in China last year, and now it's time to bring that stylish EV to the North American market as well. What Buick brings to the table is an SUV with similar proportions to the Chevy Blazer EV. So it's a midsize SUV, though it's more stylish and more luxurious than its Chevy counterpart. Indeed, if you look at the Chinese market version, the interior implements all those amazing tech features but also keeps the cabin looking very elegant. The exterior is adapted to the brand's new design language, while the max output goes between 201 and 283 horsepower, depending on the configuration. Though the North American model will also come in a high-performance 340 horsepower variant. EPA ratings are still unavailable, but we expect the maximum range to go way over 300 miles. Number 5. Chrysler EV SUV. Chrysler has definitely seen better days, considering that all this brand has to offer at the moment is a single minivan. But it won't take much time before the famous automaker is back on track, according to officials, who promise 3 brand new models in the near future. One of them will be an SUV, and despite some earlier expectations, it won't be based on the Airflow concept. Instead, it'll take the Halcyon concept as an inspiration, following the same design philosophy aesthetics-wise. As for the mechanical aspect of the SUV, it'll be based on the new STLA platform, which indicates that both internal combustion and all-electric variants are in plan. We presume that some of the parts could be shared with the next-generation Dodge Charger, but officials are yet to share more details with us about the new model that could already arrive by the end of this year. Number 4. Jeep Recon. At the time, we're all eagerly waiting to see a highly anticipated all-electric version of the Wrangler. Jeep has almost prepared another all-electric off-roader, which is expected to hit the market in the next few months. Just like the Wrangler, it'll feature boxy styling and strong off-road potential, but there will be some differences too. First of all, the Recon will be more about futuristic aesthetics than retro-inspired solutions. Second, it'll be more luxurious than the Wrangler, which can clearly be seen in interior spy shots, which show fancier materials, more elegant aesthetics, and more tech features. Third, it'll feature a fully independent suspension compared to the Wrangler's solid axles, which will make it less sturdy but significantly more refined on the road. As for the powertrain, details are still unavailable, but a dual motor setup seems like a safe bet, maybe even the same one found in the electric Wagoneer with a total output of 600 horsepower, while the starting price is estimated at $60,000. Number 3. Rivian R2. After the R1T and R1S, it's time for the third model of the American EV maker. This time, we'll see a bit smaller of an SUV named the R2. The new model is designed to compete in the more popular smaller SUV segment with compact SUVs like the Tesla Model Y and Mustang Mach-E, so the price of $45,000 seems quite competitive. For that money, Rivian will offer a compact SUV with 2 rows of seats and aesthetics that closely follow the design philosophy of the R1S and R1T, both outside and inside. As for the powertrain, officials announced that the single, dual, and tri-motor versions are in the works, as well as 2 battery packs, with the latter providing over 300 miles of range. Production is expected to start by the end of this year. Number 2. Ram Rampage. It's been a while since Ram introduced the small pickup in South America, and since then we've been eagerly waiting for it to come to the US market and compete with the Maverick. Because the market is in high demand for unibody pickups, and this one surely has a lot to offer, starting from attractive aesthetics and pretty good off-road capabilities, which isn't something we could call the Maverick's biggest strengths. The US market version is expected to finally arrive this year, and there'll be some differences compared to the models sold in Brazil, starting with the powertrain, considering that we almost certainly won't see a diesel version. On the other hand, the fact that the Rampage shares many parts with the Dodge Hornet and Alfa Romeo Tonale suggests that we could see a plug-in hybrid version, which has the potential to set new standards in this fast-growing class of pickups. Number 1. Chevy Corvette Zora. If you think that the recently presented ZR1 was the best Chevy engineers have to offer, you're wrong, because there's a new range-topping variant of the iconic sports car coming, named after the legendary Zora Arcus Duntov. The wildest Corvette ever will use the same setup as the ZR1 as the basis, just tuned up even more. So count on the same 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8 and a power electric motor, which will provide even more horsepower than the ZR1's 1,064. How much exactly, it's still unknown, but experts speculate about 1,200 ponies, which could be enough for this Corvette to break the 2-second barrier. Besides more power, the test mule also shows additional bodywork to ensure enough downforce to keep all that horsepower under control in the most track-focused Corvette ever. We expect it to hit the market by the end of this year, and even though experts estimate the price tag of nearly $200,000, we have no doubt that it'll be a hypercar bargain considering typical prices of cars with comparable performance. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.